Have you ever poured everything into your work, showing up before the sun, leaving long after dark, only to watch others pass you by with what seems like half the effort? Maybe you're grinding 12-hour days, while your coworker leaves at lunch and still gets the promotion. Maybe you're exhausted, burnt out, barely sleeping, yet you see others succeed with ease. If you've ever felt that deep frustration, wondering why your endless hustle isn't paying off, this story will change how you see success forever. It's about a man who nearly destroyed himself with sheer willpower, until one moment revealed the life-changing difference between effort and strategy. Stay until the end. This could be the shift that saves your health, your family, and your future. In the rolling cornfields of rural Iowa, where families had farmed the same land for generations, lived a 32-year-old farmer named Mike Johnson. Mike had inherited his father's modest 20-acre plot after his dad passed away from a heart attack at 58, worn down by decades of relentless labor. From childhood, Mike had been taught one unbreakable truth: hard work is everything. No shortcuts, son, his father would say, wiping sweat from his brow. The land only rewards those who give it their all. Mike carried that lesson like a sacred vow. Every morning at 4 a.m., while the world was still dark and quiet, Mike rose. He refused modern tools to save money and prove his grit. He planted seeds by hand, hauled water from the creek in heavy buckets, pulled weeds on his knees until his palms bled and calloused. From sunrise to the last light of day, he worked without stopping. His back ached constantly, his hands cracked open, but he wore his exhaustion like a medal. This is what real men do, he'd tell himself. At home, though, the price was steep. His wife, Emily, and their 2 young children, 7-year-old Lily and 5-year-old Jack, barely saw him. Dinner was often cold by the time Mike stumbled in, too tired to eat more than a few bites. He'd collapse into bed without a word, leaving Emily to tuck the kids in alone, night after night. One evening, Lily ran to him with a crayon drawing of their family holding hands in a sunny field. "Daddy, when can we go to the fair like you promised?" she asked, eyes shining. Mike forced a smile, ruffled her hair, and said, "Soon, sweetheart. Daddy's got to finish the planting first." But soon never came. Jack, too little to understand, would cling to Mike's leg when he walked in, begging, "Play catch, Daddy?" Mike would kneel, hug him tightly for a moment, then whisper, "Tomorrow, buddy, I promise." Tomorrow never arrived. Emily watched her husband fade before her eyes. One night, after the kids were asleep, she sat beside him on the porch steps. Tears welled as she spoke softly. "Mike, I married you because I love your heart, but you're killing yourself. The kids ask for you every night. I miss you. We all miss you. There has to be a better way." Mike stared at the dark fields, voice heavy. "Emily, if I don't work harder, we'll lose everything. Hard work never fails. I just need to push more." She reached for his hand, but he pulled away, too tired to feel her touch. The neighboring farmers whispered about Mike with a mix of awe and pity. "That man's got the work ethic of 3 people, they'd say at the feed store. If sweat alone built wealth, Mike would be a millionaire. But the truth was brutal. Despite outworking everyone, his harvests barely covered costs. Debt crept in. His crops were average. His life was shrinking. Nothing left for family, joy, or rest. Across the fence lived Alex Rivera, the same age as Mike, who had started with less land after moving from the city. Alex worked 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., just 7 hours. He used automated irrigation, hired help for harvests, and spent evenings with his family, barbecues, little league games, weekend fishing trips. His fields thrived, yielding nearly double Mike's year after year. Every time Mike glanced over at Alex's lush rows, envy and confusion twisted inside him. Then the brutal drought of 2023 hit Iowa like a hammer. Water vanished, crops wilted, farmers panicked. Mike doubled down, Up at 3 a.m., hauling buckets from a distant pond, 60 trips a day now. His shoulders bled from the straps, his vision blurred from dehydration. Hard work never fails, he chanted through cracked lips. Alex simply upgraded his drip system, timed water for cooler hours, and planted drought-resistant hybrids he'd researched months earlier. On day 18, Mike's body gave out, halfway through a bucket haul. Dizziness slammed him. The bucket fell, water soaking uselessly into dust. He collapsed between dying cornstalks, gasping, heart pounding wildly. Emily found him hours later, sun-scorched and barely breathing. She rushed him to the hospital. The doctor was blunt. "Your heart's irregular. You're severely dehydrated. One more week like this, and you won't survive to see harvest, not from the drought, but from your own body breaking." That night, hooked to IVs, Mike stared at the ceiling while Emily held his hand. Tears streamed down his face. "I've given everything," he whispered. "Sacrificed our time together, the kids' childhoods, our marriage. Why am I the one failing?" Emily kissed his forehead. "Maybe hard work isn't the full answer, Mike. Maybe God wants you to learn something new." Those words haunted him. 4 days later, still weak, Mike walked to Alex's porch and knocked. Alex welcomed him warmly. They sat overlooking Alex's thriving fields. Mike's voice cracked. "Alex, I need to understand. I work twice as long and give everything. But your farm, it's alive. Mine's dying. How?" Alex led him to the barn and pulled out 2 shovels, one dull and rusted, one razor sharp. Imagine 2 miners digging for gold. The first swings 14 hours straight, believing more effort means more treasure. He handed Mike the dull shovel. Mike swung, barely a dent after a dozen strikes. Alex took the sharp one and split the dirt in 4 clean blows. "The second miner," Alex continued, "works 10 hours but stops every hour to sharpen his blade." The first laughs. "You're wasting time." But by nightfall, the sharp tool has dug twice as deep with half the strain. Alex looked Mike in the eyes. "You've been swinging a dull axe for years, wondering why your hands bleed but the gold stays buried." He walked Mike through his farm, sharing 3 truths. First, systems beat sweat. "I don't haul water. My drip lines deliver exactly what roots need at cost up front, but now it runs while I sleep. You lose hours. My system gains them back." Second, focus beats frenzy. "I grow only corn and soybeans, crops that love our soil and sell high. You juggle 5 while spreading yourself thin. Mastery in 2 beats mediocrity in many." Third, rest is strategy. "I sleep 8 hours. Exercise, take breaks. A rested mind spots opportunities. Exhaustion blinds you to mistakes that cost more time to fix." Alex put a hand on Mike's shoulder. "You're not failing because you lack grit. You're failing because you only know how to work hard. Hard work without strategy is just suffering." Mike walked home under the stars, mind racing. For the first time, he didn't rush to the fields. He sat with Emily and the kids at the kitchen table, notebook open. "I need your help," he said, voice thick. "I want to be here for real." Lily climbed into his lap. "Does that mean you'll come to my school play next week?" Mike hugged her tight, tears falling. "Yes, baby, I promise. No more broken promises." The next morning, Mike worked only 4 focused hours and then stopped. He researched irrigation, visited the co-op, talked to experts. Within weeks, he sold old equipment and installed a basic drip system. It took 3 sweaty days, but once running, his watering time dropped from hours to minutes. He cut crops to 2 high-value ones, studied soil reports, hired a local team for harvests. The real change, though, was at home. For the first time in years, Mike ate dinner with his family every night. He helped Lily with homework, played catch with Jack until the boy giggled with exhaustion. One Saturday, they all went to the county fair, the one Mike had promised for years. Lily rode the Ferris wheel. Jack ate cotton candy. Emily held Mike's hand as they watched fireworks. "This is what I was missing," Mike whispered to her. Emily smiled through tears. "We're finally getting you back." 6 months later, harvest arrived. Mike's fields yielded 50% more than ever, not from longer hours, but from sharper strategy. He worked 7 focused hours a day, yet those hours produced more than his old 15 ever did. Alex visited one evening, walking the thriving rows. "You did it, Mike. You're not just a hard worker anymore. You're a smart one." Mike clasped his hand. "Thank you for showing me there's more than..." Mike's story isn't just about farming. It's about every person who believes suffering equals success. We glorify the grind, but the most successful don't outlast. They outsmart. 3 truths to carry with you. First, before working harder, ask, is there a smarter system? Automate the buckets. One way to build a life. Build pipelines. Master what matters most. Second, focus beats hustle. Let go of the rest. Third, rest is not laziness, it's fuel. A sharp mind sees opportunities. A tired one only sees problems. Your challenge, this week, find the task that drains you most. Ask, tool, system, delegate. Spend one afternoon building a smarter way. You're not a machine meant to break. You're a person with a brilliant mind capable of leverage. Stop swinging the dull axe, sharpen it. Your family, your health, your future are waiting. If this story touched your heart, like, share it with someone grinding too hard, and comment, what's one task you're going to optimize this week? Let's help each other rise smarter. More life-changing stories coming soon. Until then, strategy always beats exhaustion. Your breakthrough starts now. Subscribe, Rise Beyond Limits.